Hello, welcome to the Mirrorsphere. This is Daniel, your host. Well, today, this is about episode 4 of Space Force. This one was not that funny. It had more of a... They took it to kind of a serious tone. They have a little bit of fun, but it's still a little too... I don't know. It just... Sometimes it's like... I don't know. I can't explain it, but I didn't feel like it was... Episode 2 so far has been the highlight. Everything else has kind of gone downhill. This episode pretty much starts with them waking up in the morning at their house. Daughter left a mess. She makes a shake or something, leaves a mess. He tells her to pick her up. She tells him to go fuck off, pretty much. And walks out. She's a teenage girl. Anybody who has little girls knows that, yeah, we're so excited for those years, right? Anyways, so he goes to work. They find out they have an experiment going on. It's like a moon simulation that have people living in a tiny space little base. There's only like 4 of them. Their job is to pretty much eat what they can grow on the moon, if they can grow anything. They have to grow it in like little pots. So they're growing potatoes. It's pretty much all they eat is potatoes. One of them people disappeared. There was like 3 scientists and some kind of sculptor or something. Well, one of the other guys just disappeared. So the general says he'll take his place. They say, "Whoa, I don't know about that, because this is a very highly... You're pretty much in solitary confinement, pretty much with 3 other people. You're smelling your own farts because it's circulated air, so it's kind of stank. You're only eating potatoes. You got nothing much to do because you're supposed to be on the moon, so you can't just go outside. You're stuck in this, it's not very big. It's got enough room for them to sleep, and then it's got a main room with like a couch and then a bunch of like science stuff, like testing different things, and they have to take a journal and they have to write their feelings. Anyways, but he says, "Don't worry, I'm fine. I can handle it. I'm a 4-star general. I've been to God knows where. I've seen things. Fucking actors. I hate when actors try to pretend like they've seen shit, and you could just tell the fakeness in their fucking shit. Because when you've seen shit, you can't fake it." But yeah. So he gets in. He's gonna be there for a week. That's it. Just I think 5-6 days or 7. I don't know. It kind of skipped ahead a couple days, I think. But so he's there. First couple days, he's kind of struggling. He gets in there, and the scientists are all dirty and nasty, and they have their shit everywhere. And so they tell him, "We're equals here. Nobody's in charge. You're the new guy. What are you talking about? We've been here so long." And he's like, "Well, I'm a 4-star general, and I'm in charge of all of you, so shut up and do what you're supposed to." So he makes them clean up. So they have to clean everything. He's running. He runs around they have like a treadmill for running, but he doesn't like treadmills, so he just runs around the thing. And he ended up breaking one of the guys' didgeridoo. I can't say the freaking instrument's name ever. I have never been able to. It's the Australian wind instrument. I know some guys from Australia, Lethal Lightning, those guys. They know what it is. Didgeridoo or I can't say it. I'm not gonna try to say it. Okay. Anyways, he ends up breaking that by accident. It's a sculptor. It's his own personal item, so he's kind of pissed. He's having nightmares because he's having dreams. Well, first night he has dreams about his daughter when they were younger, when she was sweet and innocent and not cursing at him. And they're like making ice cream together, and she keeps saying, "Put more cream on it, Daddy," and he keeps putting more cream on it. It's gonna have a cute little scene. I'm a father. I have 2 stepkids and 2 daughters. So one of my stepkids is a daughter, and one of my stepkids is a son. So I have 3 girls in my house from ages from 13 to 3. So yeah, my cutest ones are my 5 and my 3 are all cute, and I love them to death. But Jesus Christ, I am terrified when they become teenagers. And I'm already starting to get the 13-year-olds, teenage years. But anyways, back on base, they have his assistant, who's a 1-star general, kind of sounds like an idiot. And then they have the fucking Twitter dude. I don't know their names. I can't remember their names or anything. But the wife of the president is trying to get new uniforms made for these two guys. So she wants, I guess they want to have equal representation for uniform designs. And there's like a joke that there's not enough on the right who are clothes designers, so that they had to pick some. It's only fair. It's like, whatever. And before he goes, he's like, just squash it. I don't care. Just ignore, just don't ignore her because she's the president's wife. You don't want to piss off the president. But just kindly say, we already have uniforms. Thank you for your offer. But, but the Twitter guy takes over pretty much. And the Twitter guy's like, of course, we'd love to see them. And they're ridiculous. These uniforms are fucking terrible. Like, they make band uniforms look good, which is crazy. It's like, itch my shoulder. But, so yeah, the uniforms are pretty bad. They get a couple of people dressed up like here. His pilot has to dress up in a uniform. She looks ridiculous. She's got like a cape. She's like, what the fuck do I have a cape? Does she think we're superheroes? Just kind of mocking, the president's wife. Is kind of a moron. And then they keep trying, like, he finally, he's back on the little thing, and it's like the third day he gets tired of sitting around, so he says he's going out for a run, and he's stretching and stuff. They're like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to go for a run. They're like, you have to wear your spacesuit if you go outside, because we're still supposed to be on the moon. So this is like desert mountainy Colorado. So he dresses up in his full space outfit, like full on space, and he's running in the middle of fucking. And the head scientist is back at base, telling him to go home, go back to the thing because you're overheating, you're gonna pass out. Which he does. He pulls the cord so they can't see him, and then he actually passes out. And the other scientists one of the other scientists comes out in his space uniform, pulls him back in, gets him and brings him back. I think it was Sculpture, actually. Sculpture goes and gets him and brings him back. So then there's that, and then when they finally wake him up, they had to like pour water into him and everything, trying to get him rehydrated, and he's weak and he's tired and exhausted, and he finally just kind of breaks down. Not really breaks down like he does goes nuts, but he finally starts talking about his feelings. Because there's like this big thing in the whole thing that military guys don't talk about their feelings because they're afraid that they'll get their security clearance taken away. Because people think they're nuts. So then they never go to like therapy. I've never been to therapy. I don't fucking need therapy. I don't have feelings. Except for love for you guys. That's all I feel. Love for the fandom. Yeah, so pretty much, he starts breaking down all his feelings. He's talking to all of them about all the stuff he's seen. He's been, he says that he was shot down in enemy territory. He had to run for his life, blah, blah, blah. He's eating, crickets and, fucking worms and rats or whatever he could get to eat. And so, but this is the only problem I have with Hollywood when they do these kind of things, is if you've never really experienced war or actual shit, you can't fake it. You cannot fake this shit. So, trying to watch, actors, do the whole long stare, but they can't do it right because they don't. It's not something you can fake. It is something that just, it happens to me every once in a while. I'll be just thinking, and then shit will flood my fucking mind, and it'll take me back to wherever I was at the time. And you're not seeing what's before you anymore. You're seeing your memories come back to life, and that's what that long stare is. And it's not something you could fake. And you can tell he's faking it, and it's almost ridiculous. But anyways, but he feels better now. He's not so tied up. He's finally got that stuff off his chest, and so they pass, and the last day happens. He goes home. The daughter, this whole time, has been home alone for weeks. So she tries to throw a party, but no one shows up. Like, no one. Because she, like, sends it out, but nobody shows up. So she's got, like, 12 pizzas she's ordered, and nobody to eat it but herself. And, yeah, it's a little sad because she's all alone, pretty much. She hates living in this place. She misses her friends in D.C., her mom's in prison. She goes visit her mom. Her mom's got like corn rolls, and she's like, "It's not appropriation if they do it to you." And it's like, just slight jabs at wokeness is kind of funny, but it's also kind of woke itself. It's like, oh my god, I just want fucking comedy. The second episode was great. Why can't we get back to that? Like, stupid, ridiculous hilariousness. Come on. This is supposed to be like a funny, mockery of reality. So yeah, it pretty much ends with him getting home. There's pizza everywhere, and there's ants everywhere because he tells her not to leave her stuff out because he'll get ants. There's ants all over the kitchen. I've said this to my kids. I have yelled at my kids so many times because they are nasty. Especially my little ones, man. You give them a plate with food, it ends up half of it on the floor. I'm just like, ugh. I don't know, but that's life as a parent, and you just gotta deal with it. And I hate food. I hate left out food, especially if it's not on a plate. If it's on a plate or in like a pan or something, the lid, fine. If you leave it out and like it falls on the floor and you just leave it there, it's one of those things that just irritates me because it's nasty. Food does not belong on the floor. It does not belong on your bed. It does not belong fucking everywhere because I get food everywhere, especially ice cream. They'll leave literally popsicles on chairs and they'll melt all over. Oh my god, that's fucking nasty. So I get where he's coming from. So he walks home. It's late. He's tired. And there's pizza left everywhere, ants all over the fucking place. He's just like, fuck it. So he just starts pecking up. She comes home. She went out getting ice cream or something. She tells him, hey, I got ice cream. I want to share it. And he's just like, all right, let's eat some ice cream. Because he feels calmer because all that stress is off of him. And that's pretty much how it ends. It wasn't as good. Man, I hope it gets better because the second episode really, really bought me into this show. And now I have 2 episodes I just didn't like. So I'm hoping it picks up. If not, then I don't know. I'll finish the season and that might be it. I might not come back to it if it keeps getting stupider and not funny. Like, it was funny. Like, they had like this whole comedy thing going, and now it's just like, hey, we're trying to be serious. We're trying to. It's like, oh, go back to the funniness. So I didn't like The Office. I couldn't stand The Office. The main actor is from The Office, but The Office was just ridiculous, and I want funny. I don't want ridiculous. So I hope they go back to kind of the funny. You can be a little bit ridiculous and still be, but if you do it the right way, it's funny. Like the second episode, the monkey and that shit was hilarious. But whatever. Yeah. I hope you all doing well. Hope you're staying safe, staying healthy out there. I hope you please like, sub, and share, and I hope I see you out here in the Metersphere and keep growing my channel. But if you haven't subbed to me, please sub. I'm just a small-time YouTuber trying to get by, alright? I'm just a fan here for the fans. Have a good one.